ছিল এটা বলে
আমাদের ফেলে দিত।
ও আচ্ছা
শাস্তি দেওয়া যায়
শাস্তি যাওয়ার ঘর
স্কুলে চড়ায়
এত পরিষ্কার করে এখনো তো করতে পারতো এরকম।
এখন শাস্তি দিত
যা বদমাইশি করে এই প্রথাগুলো আবার ফিরিয়ে আনতে।
এইটা তুই ভালো বলেছিস চল
হ্যাঁ সব আছে না
We had an amazing time exploring Bishnupur and its surroundings for 3 days. On day 1, we travelled to Pachmura village, also known as Terracotta village, famous for its terracotta crafts. We spent day 2 visiting the important heritage sites over here, the famous terracotta temples built by the Malla kings of Bishnupur during the 16th and the 17th century AD. This structure is known as Gumghar. It technically was the execution chamber used by the Malla kings to execute the prisoners. As per our guide, there used to be spears and swords placed at the bottom of this Gumghar, and the prisoners used to be pushed from above. Gum means to vanish and ghar means room. It's a room where you vanish.
এত পরিষ্কার করে এখনো তো করতে পারতো এরকম।
এখন শাস্তি দিত
যা বদমাইশি করে এই প্রথাগুলো আবার ফিরিয়ে আনতে।
এইটা তুই ভালো বলেছিস চল
হ্যাঁ সব আছে না পাঁচচূড়া
বুঝেছিস তো একটা এখানে তুলবি।
Our next stop was the Shyam Rai temple. Shyam Rai temple was constructed in the year 1643 by the Malla king Raghunath Singha and dedicated to Radha Krishna. Shyam Rai temple is also referred to as Pancharatna, meaning 5 gems. It has 4 low-rise towers at 4 corners and 1 main tower at the center. All the towers are erected on the sloping roof of the temple. The central tower or shikara is octagonal while the 4 smaller towers are square in shape. The square-shaped temple stands on a low-rise square platform. We observed that unlike the Madan Mohan temple or Raasmoncho, visitors are not allowed to step on the platform. This temple has some of the best terracotta works ever seen. I observed that each and every panel of the temple were intricately designed. The terracotta works over here are extremely detailed. There are terracotta works depicting stories from the various stages of Lord Krishna's life. There are intricate carvings showing scenes from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. One just cannot stop admiring such wonderful craft, so minute, so intricate, yet so detailed. We couldn't find a single panel, pillar or wall without these carvings. Such work can only be created with great love and devotion for the art. Our sudden visit to Bishnupur left us speechless after seeing these beautiful terracotta temples.
দরজাগুলোকে ফিক্সড করে দিয়েছে মানে একসময় দরজা তো ছিল এটা বলে যাচ্ছে
Our next stop was the Jor Bangla temple, another terracotta masterpiece. Jor Bangla temple, dedicated to Radha and Krishna, was constructed in the year 1655 by the Malla king Raghunath Singha. This temple is also known as Shyam Rai temple.
সংস্কৃত মিনিং হচ্ছে wrestling বা wrestlers.
The entire wall area of the temple is covered with intricately designed terracotta panels. There are scenes from the Hindu epics such as Ramayana and Mahabharata. Many of the terracotta carvings depict scenes from the socio-economic lives of the people at the time. There are carvings depicting scenes from Krishna Leela as well as various hunting scenes. I also noticed many of the terracotta works depicting acts of wrestling. Malla in Sanskrit means wrestling, and the Malla kings of Bishnupur were believed to be skillful wrestlers. Jor means a pair. This temple has two towers which represent two cottages or huts in Bengal style. The sloping roofs of both the huts are joined together on one side. On top of this pair of huts is the shikara or the main tower of the temple. Tickets can be bought here using credit or debit cards. We can also scan and pay. The QR scanner needs to be downloaded from Play Store, which can be used to scan and pay at all the ASI sites. We then headed for our next destination, the Radheshyam Mandir, another beautiful terracotta temple from the time of the Malla kings. The Radheshyam temple is located close to the Jor Bangla temple. There is an entrance in front with triple arches. This temple is placed within a huge courtyard and surrounded by an enclosure. This temple, also dedicated to Radha Krishna, was constructed in the year 1758 by the Malla king Chaitanya Singha. This terracotta temple has multiple ornate designs on the exterior wall. The terracotta carvings towards the bottom panels depict different war situations. Towards the backside of the temple can be found the ruins of what once used to be the royal palace. As the day advanced, we too proceeded quickly towards another heritage spot, the Lalji temple. The Lalji temple covers a massive area. It has a well-maintained garden and lawn area with ample sitting arrangements. This terracotta temple was built by the Malla king Bir Singha in 1658 and is also dedicated to Radha and Krishna. This temple has a single dome-shaped tower. Located not too far from the Lalji temple is the big stone gate of Bishnupur. This was once the royal gate of Bishnupur and used to be the northern entrance gate to the Bishnupur fort.
Kingsway.
রাজপথ মানে রাজার বাড়ি কোথায়?
This road leading to the gate used to be the royal path. It is a double-storied gate where the soldiers used to be stationed. There are holes made on the walls to facilitate attack on enemies. This gate is made of laterite stones. A few meters away from the big stone gate, we found another gate known as the small gate, which is also made of laterite stones.
The royal gate from the past era.
ওই যে দেখ আমি তো মানে পাথরে কাইটে দেখলাম
We walked for a few minutes from the gate to find a stone chariot. This stone chariot is made of laterite stones. The lower part of the stone chariot looked somewhat like the Raasmoncho which we had earlier visited, and the upper part bore resemblance to some of the terracotta temples here.
কোন মন্দিরের উপর?
মন্দির না মানে চ্যারিয়টের উপর ছিল একটা
On the way back towards our hotel, I observed that all the lanes and by-lanes of Bishnupur have unique and beautiful paintings on them. I wish the local authorities would keep the roads a bit cleaner so that it would enhance the ambience of this wonderful heritage town. We came back to the hotel, had a quick lunch and got ready to explore further during the later part of the day. Bishnupur is not only a famous heritage site and known for its terracotta crafts. Bishnupur has more to offer. The famous Baluchari Sarees of Bengal are woven here. In the evening that day, we went to visit the house of one of the weavers and spent some time observing their work. The speciality of the Baluchari sarees are the embroideries on the borders and the pallu of each of the sarees, which are used to depict tales from Hindu mythology. One Baluchari saree can take a week or more to complete and involves a good amount of labor. There is not a single street in Bishnupur without paintings. Along with the paintings, we observed that there are Bengali poems on the walls by a poet named Charan Kobi Boidonath, who lived in this region during the first part of the 20th century.
চোখে দেখছি লোককে তো বলতে পারবে না এটা একটা এক্সপেরিয়েন্স, ওটা বিশ্বাসই করবে না। হ্যাঁ, এটা সিনেমাতে দেখা যায়।